Once again, welcome to all of you to biol4u.com. Okay, so in this video we are going to study the phylum Platyhelminthes, some of the basic characteristics of the Platyhelminthes and some typical example for this phylum. Okay, so this phylum is belong to the kingdom Animalia. Okay, so before starting this video, I request all of you, if not subscribed, please subscribe the channel. And if those subscribed, after complete watching this video, please click on the like button and also to share the video to maximum so that many students will get a benefit from this video. Okay, so let us study some of the characteristic feature of this Platyhelminthes animal. So let us study some of the characteristic feature of this phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, so the first character is that the word meaning Platyhelminthes. The word platy means flattened. Okay, platy means flattened, or it is known as the dorso-ventrally flattened. So the body is flattened on both sides, so it is known as the dorso-ventrally flattened. So the word platy means flattened. So both the dorsal side and ventral side is flattened. So it is called dorso-ventrally flattened. Okay, then what is the word meaning helminth? The word helminth means that means worm. So helminth, that means worm. So the word meaning Platyhelminthes, dorso-ventrally flattened worm. That is the word meaning Platyhelminthes. So in this phylum we are going to study the animal or the organism that are dorsal side and ventral side flattened, or dorso-ventrally flattened, or it is a leaf-like animal. So in the leaf also both the surface is flattened. So it is a leaf-like animal, dorso-ventrally flattened animal. So that is the first character of this phylum Platyhelminthes. That is, body is dorso-ventrally flattened. Okay. Then next character is that this animal may be free living or it may be parasitic. So some of the animals are free living in the soil or some other, not in the body of the animal or plant, outside the body of the animal and plant. That is the free living condition. So some of them present in the water, aquatic medium, some of them present in the soil medium. Okay, so that is the free living condition. And some of the worms that living as a parasitic, especially most of the organisms belong to this group is actually parasitic. You know, the Platyhelminthes having three classes. One of the class is known as the Turbellaria, and the next class is known as the Cystoda, and the third class is known as the Trematoda. Okay, so in the Cystoda and Trematoda, the organisms are parasitic. All the organisms in the Cystoda and Trematoda are parasitic, but the organism Platyhelminthes belong to the Turbellaria is actually free living. It is found in the decaying organic matters or something like a medium, decaying medium. You can see the Turbellarian animal. Example for the Turbellaria is the Planaria. Example for the Cystoda is the Tinia or the Tapeworm, and example for the Trematode is the Fasciola or the liver fluke. Okay, so it may be free living or it may be parasitic. Okay, all these kinds, that is a free living and parasitic form, you can found in this Platyhelminthes phylum. Okay, then the body, if you take the body tissue level or body tissues or the organization, you can see that it is showing the organ or organ system level organization. It is the first organism starting with the organ and organ system level organization. Some of the organs are formed, for example, flame cells and some other organs are forming. So it is showing organ and organ system level organization. Okay. Then the symmetry. If you see the symmetry, it is a bilaterally symmetrical animal. So what is the word meaning bilaterally symmetrical? This animal gives two equal part when cutting along the one plant. So it is giving two equal part on either side. So that is the bilaterally symmetry. And this is the first triploblastic animal. You know, the first three phylum are the diploblastic. That is the phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, and phylum Cnidaria are the triploblastic animal. And this is the first triploblastic animal. So phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, Ctenophora are the diploblastic animal, and phylum Platyhelminthes is the first triploblastic animal. So from this onward, all the phylum, all the phyla or all the organisms are belong to the triploblastic condition. Okay. The next character, the locomotory organ. In this animal, there is no locomotory organs because the cystoda and trematoda are completely parasite. So this parasite is not requiring any locomotory organs. But in the case of the Turbellaria, on the ventral side you can see some cilia. So cilia helping for the locomotion in the pre-living and no locomotory organs in the parasitic organism, that is belong to the class cystoda and trematoda. Okay. Then the next character, if you take the digestive system, it is an incomplete digestive system. The word incomplete digestive system means it has only one opening, that is the mouth. For example, if you take the fasciola, the fasciola body is like this. So it is showing a mouth. This is the mouth. The mouth followed by a esophagus. Then esophagus followed by the intestine. And this intestine has no external opening. Only one opening, that is the mouth. Through this mouth, the food taken inside, it has only one opening. There is an excretory pore here also. So this animal only one opening present for the digestive system or alimentary canal. So it is known as the incomplete digestive system or blind sac body plan. Okay, so that is the digestive system. Then what about the circulatory system? In this organism there is no circulatory system. Circulatory system is absent. Okay. Then what about the respiratory system? There is no particular respiratory system here. The oxygen and the carbon dioxide exchange through this cell wall or through the membrane or the body surface. So that is called a diffusion. Respiration taken place by diffusion. That is a gas exchange taken place by diffusion. Then excretion taken place by a particular organ that is known as the flame cell. So this is the flame cell, and the flame cell is appearing like a flame. For example, this is the flame cell. This is a cell, and the cell having cilia present here, and this cilia is beating and it appearing like the flame. So it is known as the flame cell. So flame cell is the excretory organ present in the Platyhelminthes. It is also known as the protonephridia. It is the first stage for the formation of the nephridia. So it is known as the protonephridia. Okay. Then what about the nervous system? The nervous system is actually ladder shaped. Ladder shaped means it has two ganglia on the head region, and from each ganglia arising a nerve cord, ventral nerve cord, and this ventral nerve cord are connected each other. So it is connected with each other and it forming a ladder shape. So this is the ladder shaped nervous system in the Platyhelminthes. Okay. Then in this animal, circular muscle is first developed. So muscular system development begins from this Platyhelminthes. In this group, circular muscle is developed. Okay. And concerned with the reproduction, it is a hermaphrodite animal because both male and female sex organs present in the same animal, that is known as a hermaphrodite, or it is the bisexual animal. So we already explained some of the characters of this Platyhelminthes. And another very important character in this phylum is the fertilization. The fertilization taken place internally because both sex organs are present in the same animal, and internal fertilization taken place. Okay. And copulatory apparatus also present in this animal. Why if internal fertilization taken place, what is the use of the copulatory apparatus? That is, it is the rule of the nature to promote the cross fertilization. Even though both organs, sex organs are present in the same animal, it prefer, or the nature prefer, the cross fertilization. For that, the main reason is that when the male sex organ mature, the female sex organ not mature. So cross fertilization is the possible method. So for the cross fertilization, copulatory apparatus is requiring to inject the sperm into the another organism, another worm. So from the one worm, the sperm is injecting into the another worm. For that, copulatory apparatus is essential. That is present in this animal. Okay. So next, asexual reproduction taken place by regeneration. So what is actually the regeneration? How the regeneration taken place? The very good example for the regeneration is the Planaria. Okay, Planaria is the one example for this group. So Planaria, if you take the Planaria, this Planaria is an ideal organism that is showing the regeneration capacity. If you cut the Planaria into number of the pieces, and each piece will developing into a separate organism, separate worm. So I will show that. So see here, this is the Planaria, and this Planaria, if you cut the Planaria into 3 pieces, so one piece having the head, another piece having the middle piece, and the last piece having the terminal part. And this part, it has no middle piece and the end piece, but it develop the whole animal by regeneration. And similarly, the middle piece has no head and there is no posterior part, but this will develop the head and a posterior part, and it is developing into an entire planaria. Similarly, this piece having only the posterior part, it has no middle part and a head, but it will develop into the whole organism. That means it undergoing regeneration. This power of the organism is known as the regeneration. The most or the highest ability for the regeneration is seen in the planarian animal. So this is the planaria. It is showing the ability for the regeneration power, the maximum regeneration power you can see in this planarian animal. Okay, so that is the regeneration. That is a method of the asexual reproduction. So some of the examples in this group, that is a Tinia. It is known as a tapeworm. It belongs to the class Cystoda. Fasciola, or it is known as a liver fluke. It belongs to the class Trematoda. And free living Planaria, that belongs to the Turbularia. So Tinia and Fasciola, or the Cystoda and Trematoda, are the parasitic organism, and Turbularian group class containing organism, example Planaria, it is a free living. Okay, so let us take the Tinia and Fasciola. So we already seen the Planaria, the ability of the Planaria to reproduce asexually, that is the regeneration method. Okay, the highest power of the regeneration is present in the Planaria. So let us take other two examples, that is the Tinia and Fasciola. So this is the Tinia. This organism, it is called a tapeworm, or it is scientifically known as the, or zoologically it is known as the Taenia solium. Okay, so here what are the different part of the Taenia solium? So this part, this is known as the head region. So the head region is actually known as the scolex. So this is the scolex. Okay, then on the body you can see number of the segment. Each segment is known as the strobulus. So strobulus, it is the singular, strobile is the plural, or it is also known as the proglottid. There are so many proglottids present on this animal. These are the different proglottids. Okay, and the proglottid when coming on the posterior side, it actually become larger and larger. Okay, and the largest one you can see at the end. So it, when coming downward, it become the largest. So this is the maximum or the mature, fully matured proglottid you can see here. And this fully matured proglottid that containing only egg, that is known as a gravid proglottid. This is known as the gravid proglottid. So fully matured proglottid, that is known as a gravid proglottid. And this gravid proglottid containing only egg. And this cutout, suppose this is the gravid proglottid that containing egg. This cutout and it is passing out through the feces of the host. Okay, see here, this is the life cycle of the Taenia. So suppose this is the human host, and from the human host, this gravid proglottid coming outside along with the feces. Okay, and from this feces, the mature egg that passing into the pig, and it developing in the pig a particular larva, and when the pig is eaten by the human, so it is not a properly cooked meat or the pork of this pig eaten by the human, and this worm is entering into the human again. That is one route of the Taenia. And another route, and if this egg, this egg is taken by human directly, and it is causing some complications, high complications, even the nervous system and the lungs. So it is causing some of the complications in the human, that is the life cycle. So it is requiring human and pig as the host to complete the life cycle, or without a pig also the life cycle will complete. Okay, so that is the Taenia solium. So let us take another example, that is the Fasciola. So see, this is another example, that is the Fasciola hepatica. Okay, so this is Fasciola, it is having the mouth that is followed by a short esophagus. Then the intestine, there are two limbs for the intestine, and it has no separate outer opening, only one excretory pore present, but the digestive system is not opening through this excretory pore. So mouth, only one mouth present, there is no another opening in the intestine. So it is known as the incomplete digestive system. It has a two sucker. This is the oral sucker. This is the oral sucker having the mouth, and this is called a ventral sucker. Okay, so here inside both male and female sex organ present. So the life cycle from the human, the egg passing out, and this enter into the a molluscan animal, that is the snail, and from the snail it producing some of the larval stage, and this larval stage finally entering into the human, and the cycle is repeating. Okay, so it may be entering to the cow or buffalo or the goat, sheep also. It also helping to complete the life cycle. So that is the life cycle and the structure of the Fasciola hepatica. So then we are going to study some of the adaptations, parasitic adaptations that are found in the Platyhelminthes animal. One of the parasitic adaptation is the sucker. Okay, so what is actually sucker? Sucker means it is a particular structure present in the parasitic organism that is helping to encourage, or it is helping to attach on the intestinal wall or the alimentary canal wall very firmly, so that this animal cannot move forward along with the digesting food. So that is called a sucker. In the case of the Fasciola, there are two suckers, so that is the oral sucker and ventral sucker. In the case of the Tinia, we already taken the Tinia having the head region that is known as the scolex, and this scolex also having sucker. There are three suckers. So this is the one sucker, and one more here, and one present on that side. So there are three suckers. This sucker helping to attach, encourage the animal on the wall of the intestine. Okay, and this is the neck region of the Taenia. And here there are some rostrum. It is known as a rostrum. The rostrum having the hook. There are two rows of the hook, and this hook also helping to attach on the wall of the intestine. So the hook, number two, second part is the hook. It is a parasitic adaptation to attach on the wall of the intestine. Okay, then another parasitic adaptation. This animal is completely covered with a plastic-like coating that is known as the cuticle. Just like the plant leaf having the cuticle, so here also a plastic-like coating present that is known as a cuticle. So due to the presence of this cuticle, the animal cannot digest along with the other food present, other food present in the alimentary canal, the food digesting. But this organism, this parasite cannot digest because the cuticle present on the outer surface. Okay. Then another characteristic feature adaptation for the parasitic adaptation is the shape of this animal. It is a dorso-ventrally flattened. So number of the organisms can accommodate in the intestine or the alimentary canal, because the shape is flattened. So many parasites can accommodate in the short area. So body is leaf-like or flattened. That is another adaptation, parasitic adaptation for this animal. Then one more parasitic adaptation, it requiring many hosts. See here the host, limnia or snail, then human or sheep or cow, etc. So having the many intermediate host that is helping to remain or helping to continue the life of this parasite without any disturbance. If one host die, the another host that will helping to complete the life cycle. So that is another parasitic adaptation seen in the Platyhelminthes organism. So these are some of the parasitic adaptations. So that is all about the phylum Platyhelminthes.